Hello, welcome once again to Golden Optic Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at SteamFork. It is the successor to HoloISO. So for anyone who's using HoloISO and wants to update to a newer supported version of SteamDeck OS, you can. I started messing around with this around Valentine's Day. I recorded a video then, but it seems like it was too small and I didn't record any sound with it. So I'm going to re-record this today. Um, And what you're going to want to do is go over to Google or whatever you use. It's hard to tell nowadays because people use different things, or different search engines. But come here to SteamFork, um, get the latest version. Now, the version that I got back on Valentine's Day did not work for my desktop. I could boot into the live version, install it, but it didn't seem to want to install the UEFI boot stuff. You can come to any one of these and download. I usually grab New York because I'm on the East Coast, and you can just download. I already have it downloaded, so I don't need to download it again. You'll download this, and like I've said in previous videos, um, if you're on Ubuntu, like I am currently, this is Lubuntu, is the lighter version of Ubuntu, so it doesn't have all that heavy stuff up here. But what I do is I'll use Startup Disk Creator for doing mine. And this is weird because it'll see it but not see it. So what I have to do is I have to go over here to my downloads and change this to this, and then come over here and do disk images and open, and then it'll see it for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Just something I figured out messing around, because you can change file things in Linux and it'll work. But I don't need to make one right now because I'm not going to use the startup disk right now. And you can also use, if you wanted to, UNet booting, and this works on Windows or Linux. Or if you want to use Rufus, you can use Rufus too, and this is just going to be on Windows. But that out of the way, let's get into this. And when I first shot the video, I didn't realize um, they're different um, ways to boot this. Let's go here, and this will tell you what BIOS version to choose for whichever version you're using. Um, SteamFork is Arch, so we need to use this. In my first video, I had no idea and just tried to look it up, couldn't, and then just chose a different one random because that's the one I normally use. Um, but I had to use this one here. So this is what you're going to use for this particular distro. And I'm going to change this back to ISO because I think it'll work with a virtual machine. So change that back and close that. All right. So let me open that back up. I'm using Virt-Manager because I usually do things in virtual. So we're gonna add a machine, local, and for some reason it doesn't find it automatically. So we're gonna put Arch in here and browse to where it is. Let's see, browse local, SteamFork ISO, and that's in there. And we got Arch, so we'll move forward. How many? I don't know how many gigs. Let's see how many. I have no idea how much gig of, gigs of RAM I have in this machine. Hmm. System tools, top starter. No. Crap, I don't know. I'll just go with 16 maybe. I don't think that. Let's go with 8, I guess. Gotta do the math on that. 4, 8. Yeah, let's just go with 16, 384. It's probably way too much. And I don't know how many CPUs. Oh, I have 16 CPUs. Oh, I do have 32 gigs RAM here. Duh, it says it right there. Jeez. But I was educated in North Carolina. We're not taught to read. Let's see. Let's go 60 gigs. I don't really need that much because I'm not going to really do anything with it. But install it because that's all I can do. I'm gonna name it SteamFork here, and of course you're not going to need to do any of this because you're not doing it virtually. You're going to be doing it on an actual machine. All right, so, and you need to check this here because I need to make sure that I can choose the right BIOS. Default is not okay. Would you like to start it? Yes, I'd like to start a network. Yeah, and I did all this beforehand. You can see me do that in a different video setting up this, and this is the one we need to choose for Arch Linux. And come here and change some other apply. I always forget to apply. It was gonna yell at me for not applying, but yes, let's do 2 threads. I don't know if it has that many threads, but we'll do it anyway. That should be it. But let's begin the installation. All right, and let's get. Can we do full screen with this? Full screen, yes. So, all right, that's what it looks like booting up. You go through all that rigmarole. I'm booting into Linux. All right. And this is just for installation purposes only because this is not going to boot properly as I set it up. And there's our good friend Conky here to greet us. I think that's how you say his name. I grew up in the 80s, so I used to watch a lot of Pee-wee's Playhouse, and they had a robot named Conky up there. So we're going to say it's Conky. And this just welcomes you to KDE Plasma, just like it did in HoloISO. Plasma is a free and open source desktop environment created by KDE and international software community of volunteers. So thanks, you guys. And I'd like to give a shout out to like FemStork, one of the developers for SteamFork. Somebody had a question on Reddit and the R Hollow ISO, and their system crashed, and I contacted him and told him, hey, this is how I had to fix mine. I'm currently working on trying to transfer my Hollow ISO to use SteamFork stuff, and then FemStork uh, dev for SteamFork said, hey, that's not gonna work. I tried it anyway. I got close, but still got some errors, and I finally just gave up. And they were like, the latest version should work because I told them the problem I was having is my desktop wasn't booting and it wasn't installing the UEFI stuff. And they said the new version should work. It just came out today, so I downloaded it, and they were right. It worked. So let's go through here. Simple by default. Plans are designed to be simple and usable out of the box. Things are where you'd expect, and there is generally no need to configure anything before you can be comfortable and productive. That is true. And this just tells you powerful when needed. Plasma is an extremely feature-rich environment designed to supercharge your productivity here. It's just a smattering of the things it can do for you. My mind was thinking that was bad grammar for a second when I was stopped reading. Okay, this Discovery Store, that's where you go get all your packages. Right, and I turn this on to share information with these guys because they're volunteering, they're doing this stuff, and it's working. So I'd like to provide them with. You don't have to. I mean, but I just do that. Connect your online accounts. I don't want to add any accounts here and get involved. And get involved by volunteering time. I am not that smart or dedicated to do any program or anything like that. Um, but I can donate. So if you want, feel free to make a donation. Um, but that's that. All right, now we just need to install. So you're gonna install SteamFork. It's gonna, and the default name is Deck, so you don't even have to choose a. So I think that's the VDA. Yep, that's it. 60 gigs, and we'll put a password in. Password. Did I? I don't know if I password. I don't know if it's all lowercase or not. Are you sure you want to continue with the installation? All contents and purchases on trial. Dev VDA will be erased. And if you have more than one um, hard drive in your machine, like I have a desktop with 3 hard drives in it, you may want to take them out because sometimes this thing will get weird and install over the wrong hard drive, even if you pick the right hard drive. Um, so just be aware of that. And if you have 2 hard drives in, like I like to experiment, um, it doesn't like when they both have the same host name on your network. When you boot into like the second drive that you installed it on, and they have the same host name, your network will not work. You'll have to go to the About section when it first boots up and change your host name to something else. It'll restart and then it'll see that there are 2 different host names on the same MAC address. It's weird. Um, but that's something I ran into. Just putting that out there. Let's start installing. It shouldn't take very long to do all this. It just runs through and it shows you what it's doing. And I could see errors when I was trying to install it before on a previous version on Valentine's Day. That's the version I was using that was out at that time, and it could not install the UEFI booting stuff, so it would not even boot properly. And once I got the newer version, I was able to turn EFI boot back on and actually boot from the drive that I was using. Before that, I had to turn off EFI boot and turn on legacy boot. What's wrong, girl? What's wrong? Something out there, ducks? Mr. Business out there walking around strutting his stuff. Is he teasing you? It's this cat in our neighborhood who like struts by the house. I think he does it on purpose to mess with my dog. And she like has a whole fit. Is something out there, girl? Yeah, she's having a fit right now. She wants pets. So give her some pets. Alright, it's installing the EFI stuff. No issues there. Configuring swap. And this is just going to be the installation part because it's not gonna it usually doesn't boot. I haven't ever done it on a NVIDIA drive. It's not gonna boot because this doesn't work on NVIDIA. Disclaimer, by the way, this is only for AMD and Intel GPUs, so it will not work. Okay, so it's done. It will not work on NVIDIA. It works now because I'm just doing a virtual machine, but it will not work once I try to reboot. I'm gonna try it anyway, and we'll see. But it's not gonna work. Okay, so that's done. We're done installing. Restart. You can also upgrade and do things over here, but upgrade SteamFork or factory reset it. Upgrade to the latest version if you're having problems. But it should not work here, so I'll do the rest of this in another video. So that part is working, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to. Oh crap! I've been proven wrong. That's pretty cool. I may be able to do everything I need to do from inside here, and that would be pretty cool if it works. Okay, so this is SteamFork. This is the desktop. It's a little looks familiar to HoloISO, um, but there's still support for this, so I'm switching to This I haven't used my HoloISO in a while because security. It doesn't have updates, so I don't want to be using something that's not secure. So I mean, you can probably still use it, but just be on the safe side. I don't like to mess with things that aren't supported. But this is supported. Need to give a shout out to one of the devs for SteamFork. They someone asked a question on Reddit, and I was answering their question on how to fix something that I knew how to fix, but I told them I was working on something. Um, so they reached out to me and were like, "Hey, you should try this." So FemStork, thanks for reaching out. The new version worked. I was trying to get it to install on my computer, and it wouldn't install. Like wouldn't do UEFI boot, and just wouldn't boot up after I installed it. So it was weird. So I was gonna try to see if I could force HoloISO to use some stuff from SteamFork, which that was getting way too complicated. I got it down to just one error, but still, it was quicker to just install this newer version. And there's a good friend Conky. I don't know if that's how you say it still. I'm just saying it like that because I grew up watching Pee Wee's Playhouse and had the robot Conky up there, so I'm just gonna say it like that. And it still has the same stuff that we had before. Simple by default. For anybody who hasn't seen this, we'll just go through this like you normally would. Powerful when needed. Tells you a little bit about Plasma. Here it tells you about the Discovery Store, where you can get all your stuff from. And I usually turn this on to help them out, to see if they can get information anonymously from me. I don't mind. Um, we don't need to connect any accounts right now. I'm already in my Steam because this boots up into in gaming mode. So it boots up into like it would on Steam Deck. But just gonna go through. I'm gonna show you how to do some things. Let's start out with what I like to start out first. I like to. Oh crap! This ain't even installed. Jeez, I didn't install Firefox. So let's see. Hopefully this won't take long. I'll just install. Okay. So you can install stuff here. Um, let's get into this first. Okay, so sudo steam OS read only disable. You don't have to do this. This is if you want to make this immutable where you can make changes and stuff. I don't think it'll matter for the average person that just wants the game. You probably won't have to do any of this. stuff. Let's do non-Steam launchers. I need to make a video about Origin. Origin is going away. We've been using Origin, but it's going away. We won't be able to use it anymore. We'll try this. See if this works. If not, we'll do the. So we'll get the source. So let's open this up, and hopefully we have a problem with this, and I can show you how to fix that. But let's see if it'll work. Execute. Okay, continue. Looks like it's gonna work so far. All right, and just grab whatever you want from in here. Um, I normally don't install EA, but I'm gonna have to start using EA, I guess. So might as well. I don't know if I'm in need anymore. I don't even know what that is. Now I'll do that. PlayStation Plus. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. I'll get my trading card. Remote whatever. Play whatever. Let's do GeForce. I don't have Xbox Pass, but just in case I get it later on, I'm gonna have to reinstall it. Let's do Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Prime Video. Don't need Crunchyroll and Plex. Okay, so let's hit OK. And I like to add Tubi. Tubi. What is that? Address. You can add addresses here like this. So let's do that. Copy that. Let's add that in there. Paste. Okay. All right. Okay. So hopefully it'll install everything. It's doing is updating Proton right now. So let's go ahead and grab while we're doing this. Let's go ahead and grab Decky. Again, this is just stuff that I've done on HoloISO. This is just SteamFork, which is the new version of the SteamDeck OS for people who don't have a Steam Deck. And it supports a lot of things. Let me go there. I probably did it in another video. That happens, so that's not a problem. Let's go SteamFork. Just type SteamFork in Google and come here. It tells you a little bit about it. Welcome to SteamFork Wiki. It'll tell you about what it will and won't work on. It wasn't working on my stuff until today. I don't remember when I shot the first video um, on my Ubuntu side, just using Virt-Manager. So let's see. Device support, yeah. So let's go to device support. Yeah, here's where it shows device support. And I don't have a gaming PC yet. I still have my Switch, and my Switch works pretty good. Um, I think the thing with having a gaming PC, if you will, with me is just the fear of missing out on not having a gaming PC. But my Switch seems to do fine. Um, I have the OG Switch, so it isn't the 7-inch screen, but I've been fine playing like Silent Hill on my Switch or Hogwarts Legacy and stuff like that. So it hasn't been bad. But this is where you would come to get that. But we have now. Let's see what's okay. So that's still going. Yeah. Let's close that. Close that. Okay, still updating. And hopefully this stuff works. And if not, that's fine too, because I have a way to fix it if it doesn't install like it's supposed to. open because it's on, just not open. This is not going to come up. Hopefully it does what it's supposed to do anyway. Now try not to make this video real long because my videos seem to be really long. Don't try to make it that way. Well, it's not opening up. My Steam seems to not want to open, but that's fine. Just gonna do that. Okay, so I have a 6700, so I don't have a 7000 series, so I'm good. I'm gonna have to, and I don't know if Origin is just not having a lot of cloud storage because it's shutting down, or I was playing Dead Space and it was like, okay, we can't save your stuff to the cloud anymore. Like, what? That's crazy. I ran out of room. Like, I don't even really have anything up there. I mean, I just turned it on the other day because I accidentally wiped out a bunch of my progress on Dead Space. So it's like, they don't have cloud on automatically. You have to turn it on, which I guess it doesn't matter now because April, you won't be able to use Origin anymore. And I'll try to make a video with EA comparing EA app and Origin app because EA is like horrible at gaming. Okay, so that's done, and this should supposed to stop. Okay, so that's working. It's scanning for to see if my Steam is open. Even though my Steam isn't working properly for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I need to do an update. So it should shut it down and then start it back up. It takes a little while, so just have to be a little patient. Heard that machine is pretty trash, but if you can get SteamOS on it, it'll probably be pretty good. I think it runs Windows right now. Like the reviews for the MSI Claw were not nice at all. I was like, oh man, I was thinking that'd be a good thing because they won't be able to sell them and they'll probably just start pricing them to give away and I can buy one and put SteamOS on it and then it'll probably be good. Hadn't shut down my Steam yet. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's exit Steam. Is it even working? Nothing? No? Okay. Exit it. Open it back up. Alright, it's updating Steam. Yeah, not sure why it didn't. Okay. Oh wow. Wow, look at that. I haven't seen that before. That's pretty cool. All right. Cool. But let's see if it installed those things new to library. Let's see. Oh, EA. So it installed them. So that's good. And it should have the compatibility already set. All that stuff's good there. But if it didn't, what you can do is, if say you run this and it doesn't work, what you can do is rerun this and just do update Proton, and it'll update your Proton and then force all of those to load. But yeah, so let's do Decky, install Decky, and I have to put my password in, and it'll install and say that it didn't install it or something like that because I'm not on the gaming mode side. This is so I can record on the gaming side. Is that Belle for all this Disney Plus? I was like, why are they showing Belle from Beauty and the Beast? All right, so oh, see, yep, it fixed all everything and installed it. So, is it Bruce Wayne's birthday? Let's see. I got all these, I believe. Mm. that game, that game is so bad. And it's not just the gameplay; it's like the dialogue too is horrible. It's like, oh my god, this is just the worst. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Dang, I still can't believe that dude's gone. But here's my library of games. I have a million games and probably haven't played most of them. But that is SteamFork and with Decky installed. Um, if you want to see anything else, yeah, it gave me that error that I was talking about. But it's probably still on the other side of where I needed to be. This is it. I don't really know much about this. Looks like they have a setup for streaming. That's pretty cool. Let's see how that works. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh man. Oh wow. That's pretty good. You can set up all your streaming stuff, like anything you want to stream on or thing you need to stream. Wow. That's pretty flipping cool. I don't like to rehearse this stuff because I like to be surprised. And if I run into a problem, I can see what needs to be done to fix it. Okay. Anybody just a simple Decky plumber. Control switching plug-in dual sense enable gyro. Okay. I don't I have Decky because I just installed that. But I guess if I wanted to install, I could have just came here and ran it. But so we found something out. You can do things easier than what I showed you. You can just come here, click on Setup Helpers, and it'll install Decky for you. But it doesn't seem to do the non-Steam launchers though. It doesn't look like. So that's pretty good. Let's see. This might tell us a little bit about the SteamFork project. It just takes us to SteamFork. That's all it does. And make sure you get the latest version because I tried the previous version and it would not boot up at all. It wouldn't install the UEFI bootloader to even boot. And when I did get it to boot, it was just like it just installed what was on the USB onto my machine. Like it was like the live version. So if I made changes, they wouldn't stick. So the Steam Fork, I'll try to get in here and show a little more stuff if I can, depending on how long it takes to make the videos. I'm working from home right now. We got a little bit of ice here in eastern North Carolina. We got some snow in other places, and so I've been instructed by the higher ups to work from home. So I'm not going out to work on any sites today. So, and depending on when I get this video out, I'm about to link my switch to this Steam OS. I need to set the power settings so this thing doesn't go to sleep on me. But yeah, uh, thanks for watching, and as always, happy gaming. Happy New Year. I don't know if I've even made a video this year. It's been the things been busy and hectic around for me, so hadn't had time to sit down and actually do anything game related besides game. Um, Played through Silent Hill 2 and got I think out of the eight endings, three or four out of the eight endings, and you can stack those too. You can like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this ending, and then I'm gonna do this ending, and it'll actually stack them, so you don't have to play through the whole game. But some of those, like if you miss something, you will have to play through the whole game again. Like I missed part of the dog key ending, so I couldn't get that ending to stack with my other endings, so I'm gonna have to start over. But anyway, um, I'm just rambling. Don't not really bringing anything to the table with whatever I'm talking about. But thank you for watching. And hopefully I can make some more videos and show some stuff going on.